makeup. My roommate's gonna regret showing me that this existed. It's been a hot minute since I have like posted. It's been a while. I got no excuses. It's been way too long. I haven't sat on camera, rambled to y'all. I haven't sat on camera, done some pretty face makeups, and I know that I am deprived of my own content, and I know that a lot of you are starting to get really concerned for my safety. So I just want to say hi, I'm alive. I'm sorry to have scared you all, but I'm back and we're gonna have some fun. So the point of this video is just for me to have a good old ramble, put some makeup on my face, have a good old ramble, and just like do what I do best, and that is talk. But one New Year's resolution I'm gonna do though is buy more foundation, because this is getting on her last legs. I thought I would go through my New Year's resolutions that I'm gonna like try and stick to this year. I say that every year, but come on, we gotta start off the year with some positivity. Am I right? I hope that I'm right. My basic plan for this looks is this side of my hair is blue, this side of my hair is black, so I'm gonna do blue over here and black over here. Super simple, just like some smoky kind of fun, right? Okay, so let's go. I'm just gonna go in with the Jimmy Charles palette and also my blue crystal palette to try and get this bad boy happening on my face. Should we start with black or should we start with blue? There's some wig in my nose. If you followed me for a while, you know that I'm an absolute mess of a human being. Some people are like, wow, I'm so quirky, I'm so, like, I'm just a mess. I'm literally a mess. I don't say that as a quirk. I say that as like a, hey, be warned before you watch any of my videos. Hey, be warned before you want to socialize with me like a lot. You just need to know that you're in for like some weird kind of moments with me. Also some weird phrases with me, because I just kind of ramble and don't think about what I'm talking about until later. But either way, I digress. Because recently I had an epiphany. This big light bulb moment happened in my brain and I was like, oh my gosh. Internal screaming becomes external, because this cheeky little makeup goblin over here had a spicy existential crisis a few weeks ago. And that's not like one of those ones where it's like, oh, like life's feeling weird, I don't know what to do about it, existential crisis, insert here. This is like I legitimately had a near-death experience. Fun fact. I had a cute little near-death experience. My roommate has told me not to say specifically what it was on camera and put that out for the world to know. So all I'm gonna say is I don't have a sense of smell and my house filled up with gas. That's all you gotta know. Either way, I was home alone. I didn't really realize what was going on until later, and then I kind of realized that with one wrong move, I could have been a cute little Kentucky Fried JJ, which like, no thank you. I kind of like being alive. Yeah. So I had a cheeky little existential crisis because of that, because I was like, oh my gosh, I almost legitimately died. Not like, oh wow, that was a close one, like almost legitimately died if I lit any of my like 20,000 candle collections. So that was terrifying. And then because of that, I had, as I said, a lot of tears, a lot of hyperventilating, and it was just an absolute time. Luckily for me, my beautiful roommate Matthew, insert channel here, go follow him. He's amazing on and off camera. He's one of the best people I've ever met in this world, and I'm so lucky to have him in my life. But he helped me through it, and then this is where stuff started to get even more real for me, because he was like, hey, maybe tomorrow, because you haven't posted heaps on YouTube and stuff, and I know that that's your happy place, maybe you should plan out a video now and then film tomorrow. Which, like, that's a fine sentence to say. That's a good coping mechanism. Make something out of the pain. There's nothing wrong with that, except this one right here, crying and hyperventilating, said to him, no hesitation, no like thought process, just like word vomit kind of situation. If I hate myself this much, how can I expect anyone to watch my stuff? And then just all of the floodgates started opening, and I just kind of realized why I haven't been posting as much as I used to. And it was like, oh dear golly gosh, I have been in this huge depression episode that I didn't realize I was in, and also I've been self-sabotaging myself this whole time. So that was fun. Love that for me. Because if you look back on my channel, like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was doing super duper well. I was posting quite regularly. I was having a lot of fun with it, and I was just enjoying myself. I did this because I enjoyed myself, and I felt absolutely no pressure to be a certain way or like do anything. It was just kind of like, this is my channel, I'm enjoying myself, and that's all that matters. And then I don't know what happened, but then all of a sudden it was just kind of like, I felt all this pressure that no one was putting on me. I was just putting it on myself, and I'm just sitting there like in a cute little ball in the corner being like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing. And it's just kind of like, what happened? So I've done a lot of self-reflection since 2 weeks ago, and I just realized how much self-sabotaging I've been doing. And I realized not only is that so unfair to me, but it's also so unfair to you guys, because for me to sit there and say like, if I hate myself so much, I don't understand how like anyone else can watch my content, that's essentially saying that like your taste level is trash, which it isn't. So how dare I? Y'all wouldn't be dedicating your valuable time to me if you didn't think that there was something about me that was just like worth your time, if that makes sense. I'm not great with words, but either way, we all know this about me. If you don't, hi, hello, welcome to my channel. I ramble, I'm a bit chaotic, and you eventually piece together my brain by the end of the video. It's a cute little adventure that we all go on, especially because I know that I got some loyal, I know for an absolute fact that I have so many loyal subscribers and fans, because y'all are always in my live chats, you are in my Discord, even though I'm not majority of the time, for the last 2 months, all of the time, because I've just been like self-loathing so much, and like y'all are just in there chilling, hyping me up 24/7, and it's just like, how dare I like take y'all for granted? And that's what that thought process has done. It's just taking y'all for granted, and I hate that, because that's not fair on you guys. So that thought process is definitely not fair on all of you, but it's also really not fair on myself, and I've got to be a lot kinder to myself. I've known that for ages, but I didn't realize like how mean I was to myself. Like, it's not fair on me, because I genuinely love making videos. I genuinely love putting makeup on my face. I genuinely love my TikTok. I love all of that stuff. So for me to sit there and then just like stop doing it just because I like just have that little goblin voice in the back of my head saying, you're not good enough. Like, it's not fair on myself, right? I've had a lot of time to think, a lot of time to self-reflect, and I want to just eventually be able to tell that little voice to fuck off. Like, why is it there? I don't like it. So essentially, my New Year's resolution is to not like completely change myself, because it's ridiculous to think that I can completely change who I am in a year and change like these thought processes in a year. Those thought processes take a hell of a ton of time, and you know what? I gotta be patient, and I gotta learn to be patient with myself, and I gotta learn to be patient with those voices, and then eventually they'll fade away. They won't be nothing, because that kind of stuff just sticks with you forever, but eventually they will only pop up every now and then, and eventually when they do pop up, I'll be able to sit there and be like, I know that voice. I know that little goblin in the corner. Hello, you saucy little minx. Hello, you're not welcome. And then after like an hour or two of just sitting there and like processing, I'll be able to tell it to bugger off, and then everything will be fine, and I will be having the best time of my life. Because one of the voices I have is essentially telling me like all the time, like, you're not going to amount to anything in your life. And it's like, and then I just stop doing things because I'm afraid that I'm not going to amount to anything in my life. And it's like, okay, so if the voice is telling me I'm not going to amount, and then I do nothing to amount, I'm essentially creating this self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's like, why am I listening to this voice? Why am I listening to this voice? It's lost me so many opportunities in my life, and it's like, how many more opportunities can I let it take from me? All right, I'm just gonna go on for a cheeky little cut crease on either side of my eyes now that I've got the black and the blue going. I think this is starting to look so cute. I'm so happy with myself right now. My New Year's resolution, right, is to not take gigantic leaps, not make these huge life changes, but to just take small little steps at a time to get myself to where I want to be, right? Okay, so my basic plan is to finish this cut crease, which I apparently can't do and talk at the same time because I got to focus. So I'm gonna start making like little baby steps to get myself to like where I want to be. Where I want to be is just to be content in life. I just want to be content. Like, I know that happiness isn't a consistent state. You need to work to be happy, or just accept that some moments are happy and accept that other moments just aren't meant to be happy. Like, if one of my family members died, I'm not going to sit there and expect to be happy about it. Yeah, I'm not going to sit Monkey, you know that I'm looking at you. It's not meant to be a happy moment, right? But if I go to like, if I go to a really extravagant event, that's gonna be a happy moment, right? Like, some moments are meant to be happy, some moments aren't. And I've got to learn to accept that. And I've got to learn to like know that that's a thing. Like, happiness isn't a consistent state. Happiness is dependent on the moment that you're in. But I want to start teaching myself to not let like my little intrusive thoughts or my weasel thoughts weasel their way into it and ruin those happy moments for me by telling me that like I'm not good enough, or telling me that like I'm lying to myself and like I'm not actually happy, this isn't what happiness is, like all that kind of stuff. So baby steps. Other things that I'm gonna do is I have a mental list consistently going in my brain with different things that I either want or need to do. And here's where the real self-sabotage comes in, right? So I got like a constant list going on in my head. Everything's prioritized, right? So this video at the moment is at the top of the priority list. But as soon as one of my friends or family come in and they're like, hey, can you do this for me? And I'm able to help with it, I'll say yes. But because I don't know where to put it on the priority list, I chuck it to the top so that I can get it done and then carry on with my list. So if 5 people are coming to me being like, hey, can you do this thing? That means 5 things are going straight to the top so that I can do them, and then doing everything else that I wanna do for myself. So I'm essentially, not even essentially, I'm literally putting everyone I know in front of me. Is that not messed up? If one of my friends or family came to me and they told me that they were doing this, I would sit there and be like, you're an idiot. So why am I not taking my own advice? It's just like, I've had a lot of self-reflection. I told you, I've been sitting there like going through everything and like just realizing how much I really self-sabotage myself is just, it's sickly. So one of the things that I am gonna be doing is just learning to, with that list, I know that I'm not gonna be able to get rid of that list. Also, like, the mental list does help me a lot, so I don't wanna get rid of it. I just need to learn to reprioritize. So instead of putting someone else straight to the top, I keep myself at the top, but then I put other people at like 5 or 4 or 6 or even 10. You can't help anyone else before you help yourself. That's why you put the oxygen mask on yourself before you start helping other people put on their oxygen mask, right? So I gotta stop like just putting other people ahead of me. And I know that I shouldn't speak for all my friends and family, but also like, I'm pretty sure a lot of them would be mad to find out that, so sorry, I'm pretty sure a lot of them would be really, really mad to find out that I have not done things for myself to help them because they want me to put myself first, the same way that I want other people to put themselves first. So for them to find out that, hey, I haven't been doing that, they're gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be getting a phone call from my brother after this, just being like, JJ, we need to have a discussion because you an idiot. If it's an emergency situation where like, I don't know, my sister calls me up being like, I just broke my leg, can you come to emergency? I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I've gotta film like 2 videos first and then I'll be right with you. So those are some of the baby steps that I'm gonna be making this year, and I'm really, really excited because if I like stick to this, there's no telling where I'll be. Because at the end of the day, the saddest part about mental health and having mental health issues is your mental health is yours to look after. It's like a cute little Fabergé egg, and you're the only person that can look after it. You're the only person that can make sure it's doing well, and you're the only one that can like fix it, for lack of better phrasing. So my mental health is mine to look after, mine to do good with, mine to do bad with, whatever I end up doing with it, whether it's on purpose or by accident or whatever. But one thing that I do want to say is to everyone who I've disappointed with my lack of motivation, determination, and lack of just self-care when it comes to all of my social platforms. Like TikTok, I have not been uploading as regularly as I used to, and I loved when I did that. Here, I also have done the same thing. Instagram, I haven't posted on since like June, so like that's not good. But like to everyone that I've disappointed by not posting as much content because I've been my own worst enemy, I'm so sorry, because I should have been looking after myself better so that I could do the things that I promised by starting this channel. And like, I didn't do all the things that I promised whilst promising things. Like I promised to upload twice a week. That hasn't happened regularly for ages. So it's just one of those things where to everyone who I've disappointed for not looking after my mental health and not looking after myself, I'm so sorry, because it was really stupid of me. And I know that my mental health is not your thing to deal with. My mental health is my thing to deal with. And if it's had any kind of effect on you, I'm so sorry that it has, because that's not fair on you whatsoever. So I want to start looking after myself, for me primarily, but also because I want to be posting more. I want to be having fun with y'all again. And I don't want to keep looking at making videos sometimes as a priority list. Also as just like a bit of a chore sometimes, because that's not cool. Bad JJ. So in summary, I, Rifenstine, declare that these are my New Year's resolutions. 1, make baby steps, bigger steps later, but at least baby steps to getting myself to the person that I want to be, right? I declared that I will stop taking every single one of you for granted, because I need to stop taking for granted the love, respect, appreciation, the time that you give me as well. I gotta stop doing that, because even though I haven't done that consciously, I've definitely done that subconsciously by like self-sabotaging myself. I also declare that this eye feather needs to dry faster. I also declare that I'm gonna try and be kinder to myself on and off camera. And in doing that, I'm gonna try and stop self-sabotaging myself so much. So that means that I'm going to be trying to post a lot more than I have been, a lot more frequently than I have been, and actually committing to the ideas instead of thinking to myself, no one's gonna watch it, no one's gonna like it, blah, 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 blah. But in saying all of my New Year's resolutions and baby steps to my New Year's resolution, I'm still gonna stay true to myself. I'm still gonna be my typical crazy little goblin in the corner, but I'm just gonna do so in a way where I stop self-sabotaging myself. I'm still gonna be this chaotic little crazy mess that creates random things just because it pops into her brain, but I'm gonna stop thinking about people not watching it and all that kind of dumb pressure that I've been putting on myself. And I'm going to stick to this resolution like this eye feather is going to stick to my skin. Hello, you're ruining my metaphor. She's looking kind of fancy. I'm so excited for this. I'm starting to look so cute. I wish my hair was like this all the time. Just a touch of blue highlight to bring this bad boy together. And a cute little doot doot, and a cute little boot boot, and a dust. And then a duck face for my lips. And just my black lipstick. I unfortunately don't have a blue lipstick because I think that could have looked really, really cute. Ooh, she's looking so good. She's looking so good. She's looking so good. She's looking so good. Okay, now I just gotta bring this part of the wig down. Oh! Oh! Ow! This looks so good. I'm obsessed with this. I look like a blue Shigo from like Kim Possible. Call me, beat me if you wanna reach me. Call me, beat me. Oh, I love this. Just flailing arms, flailing happy arms with how happy I am with myself right now. But either way, I hope that I've gotten my point across with the fact that I'm gonna be trying to make steps, baby steps, and then bigger steps later, but baby steps at least, to getting myself to be the person that I wanna be. Now that my ramble is done, the wig is looking stunning, my makeup is looking, ooh, chef kiss. This is looking so good, but now that all of this is done, the makeup is on, everything's looking gorgeous, and because I'm a legitimate beauty goddess on YouTube, there's only one thing left to do, and that is the sexiest of slow-mos. Boom. I've also had a lot of questions ask me, oh, is reducing your caffeine consumption one of your New Year's resolutions? No. No, if I had stopped drinking caffeine, I'd lose my sparkle. I lose my pizzazz. Either way, now that the makeup is on, my ramble is 100% over, and I really hope I got across everything that I was trying to say, but I'm a woman of many words that are very unsequenced and most of the time don't make sense when they're put together. And because Sexy Slow-Mo's are done, that is it for today's video, and I just want to thank every single one of you for joining along in the absolute mess that was this video and joining along with my little trip down mental health lane and trying to explain what has been happening in my head over the last eternity. But before I do say my final farewell, adios, adieu, I just want every single one of you to know how perfect you are in every single shape, way, and form, and how much love and appreciation I have for every single one of you, because you give me a bright spark in every single one of my days. You give me something to look forward to, and I'm so sorry that I took that for granted, because I promise to never take you for granted ever again. But in saying that, I know that I'm very, very lucky to experience the bright light that you give me, because not everyone in the world gets to have that. And to deny people of the bright light that is you is criminal. It's absolutely criminal. How dare you deny people of that? How dare you deny people of your sparkle, your pizzazz, your absolute perfection and magnificence? Stop it. You gotta stop doing that. So you need to go out there into the world and show them your perfection. Give them that bright light. Give meaning to their lives. And while you're out there, don't forget what your mother always says. If you can't say something nice, say something cruel.